It's a beautiful snowy day here in western Montana, and I'm out here to do a road slash trail jog, but you know what? It's slick out. So today I'm putting these Kahtoola Ghost Microspikes to the test. First time out, first time using them ever. So let's see how they do on a snowy, hilly jog, on trail, and then potentially even on some single track. So as you already saw, they come in this nice little red pouch, and this is kind of what they look like. And what I'm going to do here is a little side-by-side comparison with my old regular microspikes from Kahtoola, the originals. Oh, and if you're new here, welcome. My name is Laurel, and this is my channel, Lady Loves the Trail, where I talk about gear and do trail vlogs and all that fun stuff. And for context, I've been using the classic Kahtoola Microspikes for probably 15 years, if not longer, and I love them. I've had multiple pairs of them. They last for years, and I just can't speak highly enough about these things. So I'm particularly interested and excited to try the new lightweight Ghost Microspikes out from Kahtoola. Okay, don't mind my messy back of my vehicle, but here are the classic Kahtoolas, and here are the Ghosts, nice and shiny and new. Not for long though. And I just kind of want to compare the spikes. Those are pretty nice. And then the spikes, this is the old, the classic. So very comparable spikes. These are a little sharper, of course, because they're new, or mine, these are a couple years old, and they dulled out just slightly. Yeah, so they have, what is that, 6 sets of spikes, where these have 6. So the same amount of spikes. I guess the big difference here is the weight, and the reason is this is chain where this is some sort of rubber. Okay. And also, speaking of weight, these classic spikes I weighed them at home, 12.9 ounces, and these were the new ones, the Ghosts, were 7.1 ounces, and the website says that these are 43% lighter. The Ghosts are 43% lighter than the classic Kahtoola Microspikes. And with that weight comparison, these are actually 45% lighter. So I'm pretty excited about that. What I will be interested to see eventually is how well these last with this rubber over this chain. I have had a failure, and I should have brought it. I have them at home, where the rubber snapped on my pair previous to this. I still have them, and I kind of gymmed it together, and they actually still work. But I have had failure on this rubber, but just after several years. So I'll be interested to see how long these last, and I'll do a long-term review once I've had some time wearing these out in the wilds. One thing I will be really interested to see is how easily these things go on. With the classic spikes, I find that they're a little bit hard to get on when it's especially cold or my hands are cold. And right now my hands are actually pretty cold. I've been out here filming a little bit now, and yeah, my hands are cold. So let's see how these go on. And they don't appear to be left and right. I believe this red part is the front. And all right, let's see how they go on. It's a balance test. Oh yeah, they're a little bit stiff. Okay. Okay. That wasn't horrible. I mean, it wasn't like super duper easy. Let's try this one. And it's about 34 degrees out here, at least when I stopped the vehicle about 10 minutes ago. So a little bit warmer than I thought it would be, or really wanted it to be. These spikes, at least the classic ones, work best in colder temps. My classic spikes tend to ball up when it's warm, so it'll be interesting to see if these ball up as well. But gotta get them on first. I practice my yoga. I need something to hold on to. Okay, got it on. Exhausting. No, actually that wasn't bad. That was, I wouldn't say it was necessarily any easier than the classic spikes, but nor was it any harder. So, okay, so just about the same for that. It is what it is. Here's the terrain we're working with today with the spikes. Nothing too crazy. As of right now, I'm not balling up too bad. So we'll see how that goes as well. Okay, just a few minutes into my run, but I wanted to show you that they are balling up a little bit. Very similar to what the classic Microspikes would do under the same conditions. I don't blame these new Microspikes. That's just the nature of warm, sticky snow. Been about 1.5 miles in these, and I'm really pleased. There is a little bit of a sticky snow situation, but that's the snow's fault. That's just how it is out here right now with these warmer temps. But what I thought I might do, I've been on this nice road, but I think I'm going to try just a little bit this little trail here that hasn't had any tracks on it, and see how these do on, it's steep, on a steeper trail. And I'm going to go up to this tree right here, film myself up and down. So let's see how these bad boys do on a steeper situation. See that? Yeah, okay, let's see. I'm not gonna run it, I'm just gonna hike it. Kind of muddy. Okay. Not bad. Yeah, this feels good. Okay, let's see how they do on the down. Yeah, I feel pretty secure here. I haven't slid yet. Whew. Okay, I feel like that was a success. So I'm gonna keep jogging up the road here. And then at about the 3-mile mark, I'm gonna see if I just wanna come back down the road or take some single track. So I'll check in at my 3-mile mark. Well, my mic went dead, so I think that's a sign from the universe that it's time to wrap up this portion of the video. I think we've established that these Microspikes do excellent in spring-like snow conditions, soft, sticky snow. Yes, they're balling up a little bit, but only very minorly, which I think is excellent. And this is the single track I was referring to, but some fat tire biker, bless his heart, came up here and kind of messed up the trail. So I think I'm just going to turn around and head back down the road. So what I want to do is try to find some conditions where I believe these Microspikes were designed to excel, which is cold, snowy, icy conditions on trail or on road, up and down, not just springtime, spring-like conditions like we have now. So the next time we get a cold snap, hopefully soon, it's like the beginning of January in Montana, it's like 40 degrees out here, but hopefully soon we'll have some cold weather and I can try these spikes out in conditions that they were designed for. So I'll see you then. Yeah, I can already tell these are biting beautifully on this icy trail going up. We'll see how they do going down some steeper icy trail, but these feel super secure. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try jogging downhill with these spikes on this very icy trail here to see how they grip going downhill. So let's see how they do. Hopefully I don't bust ass going on the downhill. Great. Going down kind of a steep icy hill here. Boy, these things feel great going downhill. I think going downhill, feeling secure on downhill on ice is really a positive. So first impressions with these are really positive. I've tried them out several times since the first part of the video, and they have just done really well, so I'm really pleased with them. The grip is great. I did have a little bit of balling on the soft sticky snow, but it wasn't anything too terrible at all. And the weight is really excellent. I can't even tell I have these on when I actually put them on, because they are, again, 45% lighter than the classic Kahtoola Microspikes. Now, one thing I will say, as you saw in the video, they're not the easiest to put on. They're not any harder than the classic spikes, but nor are they any easier. And I would say if you're someone who suffers from cold or stiff hands or maybe has arthritis, these may not be the best option for you, or you would have to have help putting them on. They are just pretty stiff, as you saw in the video. So if you suffer from arthritic hands or fingers, you may want to find an alternative. Another thing is you may have to sit down to actually put these on if you don't have, the ballerina perfect balance like some of us do or don't. So that's another thing to keep in mind. Also, this is just a short-term first impressions review. I am going to be quite curious to see how this plastic lasts compared to the Kahtoola, the original Kahtoolas, which are of course durable chain. So I will be back some months from now with a long-term video to see how this stuff here lasted. So in conclusion, I just want to say, kind of give these a little first impressions letter grade. So these are definitely, and don't mind my little cheat sheet here, these are definitely A+ for traction and grip, A+ for weight. They are noticeably lighter. I would say a C- as far as stiffness and ease of use for this harness system. And I would say overall, these would be excellent for runners or hikers in moderately icy or snowy conditions. These would be overkill taking a walk in the city park when there's just a skiff of snow, and these would not be appropriate for anyone trying to go into an alpine environment in the mountains and expecting these to work on steep, snowy, icy conditions in the mountains. And with that, I'm going to conclude and go take a hike. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.